Hello friends, I am Dr. Gopi Krishna. I work for Yashoda Hospitals at Secunderabad, and I am here before you guys to answer few queries about the lung diseases and COVID-19. The association of COVID-19 with lung, how to tackle it, how to go about, how to escape it, and how to build our immunity. So let's see how these questions go on, and probably it would be useful for your time. Asthma patients are more prone for attacks, especially when they have viral infections. So similarly in COVID also, it's a viral infection. So when they contract this COVID disease, they will have an attack. They usually present with breathlessness, cough, fever, and sometimes yellowish phlegm. So in these patients, when we diagnose that they have COVID, the treatment aspect will not differ much. The only thing is that these patients do take more time to recover than a normal person. So effective management, timely diagnosis will clinch the patient's outcome. Yeah, asthma patients, when they have attack or when they are breathless or when they have irritation in the lungs, they do need their inhalers. Majority of these asthma inhalers will have steroids. Inhaled steroid is the drug for asthma patients because there is something called inflammation going on in the lung. For the inflammation to curtail, we need inhaled corticosteroids. These steroids are absolutely safe. They are in micrograms, and even if the patient is diagnosed to have COVID and an asthma, still they can use inhaled corticosteroids. There is a particular entity like whether to give an injectable steroids or not, that has to be decided by the treating doctor and the condition of the patient at that scenario with COVID positive and asthma. Basically, bronchiectasis is a lung disease. In that, people who had repeated lung infections, pneumonias or tuberculosis or any viral infection or fungal infection, and if they don't get treated properly, the lung gets into damage. So when the lung is getting damaged repeatedly, the lung will have small tiny holes which are formed in the lung. This condition is called bronchiectasis. So patients with bronchiectasis and COVID is a difficult scenario. The reason is bronchiectasis, I said, like they have holes. So the holes in the lung will lodge sputum always, all through their life. So whenever there is sputum lodged in those holes in the lung, they are prone to have bacterial infection more. Now with the underlying bacteria in the lung, now you have a super added COVID-19 sort of a dangerous virus. It is definitely going to be tough for the doctor to treat these patients. So these patients should be managed effectively, not only for the COVID but also the bacterial infection which is lying inside. So this has to be handled with little care. And patients with bronchiectasis, we have to send the sputum for culture, we have to do a high resolution CT, and sometimes they might need oxygen, sometimes they might need ventilation. So whatever is the requirement, we have to handle these patients with utmost care. Yeah, that's a good question. COPD means chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, means smoker's disease. In a way, we should say it as people who have acquired or purchased the disease. So people who have COPD, they have little weakness in the lung, means their lungs are little stretched. The breathing tubes in those patients are little narrowed. Because the breathing tubes are little narrowed, there is something called mucosa, the thin layer which we have behind our lip, right? The same thin layer is there in the breathing tubes also, which is thickened in these COPD patients, because of which there is a copious amount of phlegm or sputum which is being produced. And these COPD patients, when they contract a COVID-19 exposure, then they definitely are more likely to get the COVID-19 disease. So because of this the weakened lung and a super added infection, it is going to be really tough with these patients, because already COPD patients would be really breathless for their condition. Now added with COVID-19, it is going to be very dangerous for them, because of which we need oxygenation, ventilation, and high level of care and best state of art ICUs are required for these COPD patients to be managed well. Yes, they do make it out of COVID-19 if managed well and if diagnosed early, rather than when they present little late. It is really difficult for the patients with COPD to survive. See, chronic cough. Why you have a chronic cough? Chronic cough can be, first thing can be asthma, can be, throat irritation, can be sinusitis. The chronic cough reasons can be, like something like bronchiectasis, like we discussed, like there are little tiny holes in the lung. The chronic cough can be because of interstitial lung disease. All these chronic lung diseases can cause cough. In addition to that, people who have reflux, that means the gastroesophageal reflux, they also have chronic cough. So people with chronic cough already suggest that they have a chronic respiratory illness. Chronic respiratory illness with an added COVID-19 diagnosis is going to be slightly difficult. Yes, the cough gets aggravated, they might even have breathlessness and fever, but nothing to be worried about, because if the immunity of that patient is really good and if it is being diagnosed early, can be managed well, and they do come out of the COVID very easily. See, if you had pneumonia several times, what does that mean? It's an infection which is affecting the lung. Why do you have repeated infections? That shows that your immunity is weak, or your lungs are weak, or your personal or the hygiene what you are maintaining is not good. All these three things together causes repeated pneumonias to the majority of the patients. There are other reasons why you can have repeated pneumonias, like you have hypertension, you have diabetes, you have like HIV, or you are on cancer chemotherapy. All these immunosuppressing diseases or immunosuppressing drugs can cause repeated pneumonias. So what does this mean? Yes, people who are having repeated pneumonias might have a severe disease of COVID, so which would be slightly difficult for the treating doctor. The reason is already your immunity is low, and now the virus will try to take over your lung and try to infect your lung with a viral pneumonia, because of which you might need oxygenation, you might need ventilation, you will need high-end care in the ICU. So, but if well managed with with a proper setup and care, you will definitely make it out of COVID. Tuberculosis per se, the question is a good one. TB is an infective disease, just like COVID. It's a communicable disease. It spreads from one person to other person. But if the TB is affecting the lung and the lung is damaged, then you are infective to others. TB can occur in liver, TB can occur in lymph nodes, TB can occur in brain, TB can occur above the heart, around the heart, and TB can affect the joint. So TB elsewhere other than lung is not infective. Second, so just because you have tuberculosis, do you need to get isolated so that you don't get exposed to contacts or to the population? I don't think so it is required. Second point, if you take proper precautions, maintaining the social distance, using a mask, and taking your course for the tuberculosis treatment going well, then you are absolutely safe, or you are as good as any other person who doesn't have TB too. Not particularly to COVID-19, but any viral infection or bacterial infection or fungal infection, yes, diet, exercise. I would like to add the third point too, sleep. These three things are vital for anyone to be healthy. Diet, exercise and sleep. First, coming to diet. Diet, you need to take high protein diet. If you are a vegan, try to choose the vegetarian protein like soya bean or pulses or the peanuts, and a lots of protein are there. A lot of protein is there in the milk and milk products. If you are a non-vegetarian, yeah, you have a lot of things you can get right now even in this lockdown. So take lots and lots of protein, that will boost your immunity, How is protein going to boost my immunity? Because all the antibodies, the second line of defense, the first line of defense is white blood cells, we all know. The second line of defense and the white blood cells, all these things need high proteins so that you can fight against, the infections or irritations which occur in the lung or in the body. Second, exercise. There is no particular exercise, but any exercise as per your age, weight, height and the problems what you have with your bodily architecture, choose your own exercise. A simple walk to the Zumba or high potential aerobic exercises, weightlifting, jogging or simple breathing exercises are also even good for us to to boost our immunity. So not particularly that this exercise is good for COVID. No, any exercise is fine. But lockdown doesn't mean you should sit idle at home. I really suggest you guys to start exercising. Whatever a minimal exercise you can do will definitely keep you healthy and fight against the COVID and improve your immunity. The third point which I would like to include is the sleep. Guys, this is very, very important. Lots of people neglect on sleep. This is not vacation. This is COVID times. This is lockdown, right? Just because you are free doesn't mean that you are going to watch movies or television for extended hours or watching the news or counting the number of cases or counting the number of deaths. Late night, I strictly don't suggest. Fix your time just like how you are going for your routine day, day's work, 6 to 8 hours of work from home, then couple of hours or 4 hours or 5 hours with family, play and then go back to your bed. Better get more than 7 to 8 hours of sleep. That will boost your immunity tenfold than the diet and exercise. I really suggest all three, the diet, exercise and sleep are going to keep you healthy.